Hi guys, it's John from Android Addicts, and today I'm going to be unboxing my brand new Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra 5G. Okay, so this box arrived earlier. It was one of 3 packages, so I've got another couple here which I will open a bit later. But for the time being, I believe this is the phone because it's the heaviest one, so let's open up and see what it looks like. Again, if you remember from last year, the S10 Plus was in a nice, very sort of eco-friendly package. So we'll just remove this. Looks like a similar style of packaging for this year's phone, although it's not glued down as it was last time. Okay, we'll get rid of all those bits and pieces, and we'll get down to the phone itself. Okay, so initially we can see that the box is quite a bit bigger than the S10 here. You can see side by side. So we're expecting the phone, obviously, to be quite a lot larger. Without any further ado, I'm going to get into the box and we're just going to have a look at the phone, see what we get inside, and just turn it on for the first startup. Okay, so we can see here the phone comes in at the top. So we'll just take that out, put that to the side very gently. We'll just have a look at what we get inside the box. Not very exciting little label there. Right, so this is the super fast charging adapter. Let's have a quick look at the details here. We also get a empty box. You get a USB Type-C to Type-C cable. That's interesting, I didn't notice that actually, but yes, this has now actually gone to a full Type-C plug for your charger. So no more USB Type-A, that's gone. And of course we get the obligatory AKG earphones. So again, we have the volume controls here, USB-C, and again, if you with small little dwarf ears, you can put those ones on, or for the giant people out there with big ears, you can put those big ones on. Okay, just a quick note, one thing I always forget is that in the lid of the box you have this additional little box inside. Now this normally just contains the warranty and quick start guides, which yes it does, but it does contain the SIM eject tool, which is the most important thing for transferring your SIM across. Okay, there's nothing else in the box. We don't get a free case or anything else like that, so we're going to pop that to the side and we're just going to have a quick look around the phone. Okay, so I'm going to actually power up the phone whilst I have a look around it, just so it has time to start up. And we're just going to have a look here with the lack of Bixby button. We have a lack of a 3.5mm headphone jack. We've just got the mic at the bottom there with the USB-C and the speaker grill. And on the side here, obviously the power that we've just turned on and the volume up and down. Now this differs to the S10 Plus, or the S10 series, which had the volume rocker on the other side of the phone. And here we have the SIM tray and the ambient microphone. Of course, the famous space zoom camera setup here. Right, I'm just going to set up the phone and I will be back once I've logged in and set up, just so I can carry on the video. Right, I've signed into the phone now with my Google account. Let's just pop this on silent. And first thoughts of the phone, apart from the fact I haven't taken this sticker off yet, is that it's actually not that big. I'm coming from the S10 Plus obviously, and in the hand it doesn't feel particularly wider or bigger or heavier particularly. Obviously there is a bit of a slight more weight at the top of the phone with the bump, but other than that I'm not really shocked at the size or anything. Anyway, let's take this off and there we are. So being the Ultra, this has got the 6.9-inch diagonal screen with the 4K Ultra HD resolution and obviously the space zoom camera. Now it also comes, this version, with 12 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. I didn't see the point particularly in upgrading for the extra RAM or storage because I don't really use that much storage anyway, and having an extra 4 gigs of RAM probably isn't going to be noticed by most people. The main reason I went for the Ultra is the extra battery life. So you get 5,000 mAh with the Ultra, whereas the Plus only comes with the 4,500 mAh. Now CPU wise, this is the Exynos 990. So for Europeans out there, you'll know what that is. For the Americans, you get the Snapdragon 865 processor. We have the 40 megapixel camera at the top here at the front. So camera wise, on the back we see the 108 megapixel f1.8 camera. We've got the 48 megapixel telephoto and the 12 megapixel f2.2 with the 0.3 megapixel f1.0 camera as well. Now the space zoom camera, as you can see, is down at the bottom there, and that's the amount of thickness that gets added on to the phone. So test will be, can you place it on the phone and type a message? So let's just go into Samsung Internet for a test, and we'll just see how it rocks around on the table. If it does, I haven't tried it yet, so well, apart from the fact I can't type the web address in properly, it doesn't actually seem to be rocking, which is quite surprising. Now if you press up here in the corner, it does rock to that side, but when you're using the keyboard down here, it's actually rather usable, which is good. That means you could have a case without the additional material at the back here to stop the bump from protruding, and you can still use it on the phone, on the table even, if required. So that's worth knowing. I often type while I'm on the table, just a bit quicker and obviously a bit less conspicuous when you're at work. But yeah, that looks good. So the next thing we're going to do is just go and set our display settings. Now I know everyone's been saying about the whole refresh rate not being able to be set to 120 Hz whilst in WQHD mode or 4K, but to be honest, for me, I'm not too bothered about that, because I'm sure in the future this will actually be enabled with a software update, because Samsung have already had too many people complaining that you can't do it. But for the time being, I'm going to go back to the 1080p Full HD and set the refresh rate to 120 and just see if I get blown away by the smoothness. I can't say I'm blown away by it. Let's go into the display again and just set it back down to 60 and just see if I can spot any difference particularly. I mean, I'm looking through a camera while I'm doing this, but even looking at the phone directly, I can't really see a massive difference. Unless my eyes are just a bit too old to detect it. Well, I'll let you be the judge of that. I'm not exactly blown away by anything here, but I'm sure with more use and more testing I can get a good feel for it. Okay, so this is package number 2 that I received from Samsung today. Hopefully it contains some of the cases that I ordered for the S20 Ultra. I actually ordered all of the cases that are available, so I can do a quick test and check of each case and just show you exactly what each case's features are and whether it's actually any good. So if I can actually get into this. Nice little dent in there. We'll just hide this packing slip and we'll just have a look inside here. Okay, so we've got 4 cases here. We've got the clear cover, we've got the leather cover, we've got the smart LED view cover, and we've got the protective standing cover. That's those 4. Now in this other package, which I will open off camera quickly, we have the smart clear view cover. And believe it or not, in that massive box, this is the only cover that was actually in there, which is a bit disappointing really. So the other cases haven't actually arrived yet, but once they do, I'll be sure to unbox them all and try them on the phone, and then you can get a good idea as to which one you prefer. I'll be sure to leave a link in the description to the video and also put a link in the top right of the screen so you can get onto the Samsung case reviews once I have done them. Right, so I have actually also ordered every single Spigen case for review as well. These 2 came this morning, slightly different boxes. Not sure why, but these weren't actually available on their site until recently, so maybe that's why they're in a different kind of box. But these are the previous ones that I ordered. We've got the Tough Armour, Liquid Air. I'm going to go through all these. Again, I'll put a link in the video description and also in the top right corner so you can check those out when the video is up. Right, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's just a quick unboxing this time. I don't want to bore you to death with me opening boxes and things, but I will be posting, like I say, the cases reviews as soon as I can and as soon as the other ones arrive from the Samsung. I'll start with the Spigen cases, and don't forget I'm going to be giving them all away at the end of the video, so be sure to keep an eye out on that. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you again in the next one.